So I'm back in the game Cave Digger. I decided to give it another chance, revisit if you will, because I don't think I gave it a fair shot the first time. When I recorded that video I was kind of tired and cranky. It had been a long day and this was like the third or fourth game I had played, so I was already just kind of done. But I did come back to it afterwards, once I had rested up, and I played a little bit and I started learning some things, and it turns out it's actually not a bad game. It's actually kind of fun. It will cause motion sickness if you are not used to it, especially that thing right there. Riding on that thing is awful, absolutely awful. If you have VR legs, it probably doesn't bother you, but man, is that a pain. We'll talk about that in a bit. You'll notice I have the glove from last time. I think I purchased it before the end of the first video. Maybe I did it afterwards, don't remember. You'll notice there's some gems on it. It's a blatant ripoff of the Infinity Gauntlet from Avengers. There's one gem missing. I did get that gem already. Spoiler, if you get that gem, it does cause something to happen. I won't tell you what, but it causes something that you don't want to continue to happen, so I don't have that gem anymore. And every time it pops up to get it, I just leave it alone. You do get the gems by mining. Now, can't turn off the music, but since I didn't get a copyright claim last time, I'm gonna leave it. It's, you know, westerny type music and it should be fine. So I'm not even gonna mess with it like I did in the last video. But I'm gonna try to be quick and just talk about this game so you understand what it's all about. So you start off in the saloon and there's like an actual mine that you go straight down. And that's how you start. They don't give you any instructions or anything, you just gotta figure it out for yourself. But as you gather supplies or gather resources and you earn, cash, you can then buy more tools, you can unlock things. So in the general store, you can kind of upgrade stuff. Now, I don't know what upgrading the buildings actually does. I've upgraded this one, and aside from it looking like it's actually not run down, I don't think it changed anything. It didn't change the prices of the materials here. I unlocked the well, or I upgraded the well, and it does nothing. Maybe at some point it will, but for now it just looks better. Can't remember if those trees had flowers, but the general idea is as you upgrade the buildings, they look better. This becomes more, less of a ghost town looking area. Aside from that, I don't know what else it actually does. When you unlock the train, you have to buy a handle for it, and that's going to allow you to actually go into the mine, well, into the cave I should say. And see the handle there? So you start without the handle, can't do anything, and then you can actually upgrade the train. I think I've upgraded it one level where it moves faster, which kind of helps with the motion sickness because I'm not sitting there for a longer period of time experiencing the motion sickness. And if I'm being honest, half the time I just look down so I don't, kind of see all the motion. Instead, I can kind of see just about enough where I can know where to stop. There will be different stops in the cave. Don't know if I'm going to show you that, but let's come back here. So I've unlocked a few different tools. In fact, when you upgrade the train, you get some of these tools basically for free. So you don't have to buy all of that. You can actually get them when you upgrade stuff. I don't understand what's going on with those keys. You do find these keys. They never stay in my inventory. So when I come back after playing, they kind of just fall. But those keys are going to unlock some kind of vault. I don't have all the keys yet, so I don't know what that actually does. But there's a lot of stuff going on here. The bucket is, from what I understand, to collect oil, which you can then bring back here I don't know if it works outside, but you can bring it back here and trade it in for cash. That drill is how you get the oil. That scanner thing there is how you can actually look through the rock to see what's in it. So you can see if there's oil. So you would drill first, because if you break the rock with the pick, you lose all the oil. You can also use the scanner to find relics inside of the rock. Now the relics are fragile, so you cannot use the pick to actually get to them. If you use the pick and you break the rock, you break the relic. Instead, you have to use this cutting tool here, and it kind of creates like a box in front of where the relic would be. And you have to carefully like cut out the little square lining, and then the relic is there and you can claim that, and it costs money. I think what this is here is just the same tool, just upgraded. Same with the scanner, just upgraded. And then you have dynamite, which the dynamite requires the candle to actually set off. Now this game is kind of glitchy, I'm not gonna lie about that, but you know, it's acceptable. Now, the last time I used the candle, I used it on one piece of dynamite, and then the candle just disappeared. I don't know if it's a one-time use thing or if it glitched out, but I see it there again, and there's no option to buy more. So I think it's just, you buy it and you have it. And when I used it, it probably just glitched. In order to actually place the dynamite, because you could just throw it on the floor, but if you want to put it in the rock, you also use the drill. So if you drill a hole and no oil comes out, or the oil comes out and you collect it all, you can then put the dynamite in that hole and then light it, and it blows up a chunk of rock. So there's a lot of different things that go in there. Now, in the actual cave, there are also, I'm guessing, secrets, or maybe it's part of the story, but there's these little statues, and you can feed gems and things to them. They have different colored eyes. I don't know what else to do with them because I haven't figured out how they work yet. I tried giving it the same color gems and they eat it up and that's it. I don't know if it requires a certain amount of gems, or I don't know what the deal is. There's no explanation. It's kind of trial and error until you figure it out. But that's the idea. And you just constantly go back and forth and you collect more things, and you grind and you collect more cash so that you can unlock more things. And that's pretty much it. For this gauntlet, there's a couple of things here that it can do. So if I push the trigger button, you see how it glows like a yellowish color? I'm assuming it's this gem. It will actually suck up, or it's like gravity. It'll pull like a magnet. It'll pull all the gems and stuff that you mine. So when you're in this part, you're at a time, there's a time limit. And as you collect the gems, you can use this to grab onto it and quickly throw it into that hopper there. If you squeeze the grip button, it glows green. And then if you actually come in contact with the rock, it kind of does like a little explosion. And then there's this other one, which for all I can figure out, I think you have to bring there we go. You got to bring the two gloves together and hold them. And then this happens. And then when you let go, it shoots it out. It ricochets off, whoa, wow, that's crazy. It ricochets off of things, but if it hits the rock, it explodes the same way it would if you were holding it like this. It's almost a novelty, honestly, because it doesn't really, it doesn't benefit that much, at least for where I'm at. This is the most beneficial part, is because I don't have to worry about picking up one by one the different gems and throwing in the hopper and wasting time. But that's the premise of it. And it's a lot more fun once you know this stuff. And then you realize, okay, this is what that does. This is what this does. Okay, I don't need that just yet. I'm gonna buy this first, and then I can, earn some cash and then buy that because it'll be useful later. Now, to move around is kind of a pain in the neck, because you have the joystick on the left hand that allows you to move, and then on the right hand you kind of just rotate. But if you push the button, the joystick button, you get the teleport, which, if I'm being honest, it saves a lot of motion sickness doing that, and it's kind of quicker. It's much quicker actually. But I've also noticed that you kind of get hung up on things sometimes. Like you just get stuck. So you start moving this way, you get stuck, and the only way to get out is to actually teleport out. Not the greatest, but it's not a deal breaker, honestly. And if you can get this game on sale and you like this sort of thing, I think it's worth it. I don't know what that does. I have no idea what this thing does. Maybe it's something that needs to be unlocked. I noticed though when I push this button, it makes a noise, but nothing happens. If I push this enough times, the little icon pops up that says I saved the game. But I think that kind of happens, you know, randomly anyway. Obviously, I haven't unlocked or opened or upgraded the bank or the post office or I think that's the sheriff's office. And I haven't even upgraded this yet because, you know, they cost money, and, you know, you don't actually get that much each time you go in and mine. But I do plan to eventually kind of grind away at this and unlock some more things. What is that? I have no idea what that is. So that wasn't there the last time. That was an empty space. I think it's because I had unlocked something. So sometimes you buy these things and then you have an empty space, and it doesn't get filled up until you actually leave the game and then come back in, and then something like that pops up. Don't know what the gas mask is for. I'm assuming there's going to be an area where there's going to be gas, and I'm probably going to need it, but I haven't reached that yet. I haven't actually, I mean, I unlocked some things and I spent some time doing it, but it feels like I haven't really accomplished much. So this is going to be the type of game that, you know, it can, assuming you don't get bored with it. I don't know what that does. It can occupy a lot of your time. And, you know, as long as it's fun, that's kind of the point, right? You know. What the hell? I'm gonna jump on the train and let you see what this is all about. Can't remember if the tools spawn on the train when you use it, or if I actually have to go grab them. But just in case, I'm not actually gonna do anything in the mine. I'll just show you it real quick. In the cave, that is. All right, so this is stop, reverse, forward. You have music here that you can change. So, I'm an idiot. It just occurred to me this whole time that that's how you turn off the music. I knew you changed it, but I thought that only had to do with the music while you were near the train. I didn't realize that that was the music completely. That is pretty funny. But I kind of like that station better. It actually plays pretty decent music. But for now, let's just keep it off. And let's start. So go forward. And, well, I guess it doesn't turn off the music after all. Because, oh my god, this is making me sick. It's not the motion, it's the jostling feeling back and forth. And it's very dark in here, so you can't really see too well, but you know, it'll brighten up in a bit. And you cannot enter past that gate unless you're on the train. It'll actually stop you. So I actually came over here walking and it stopped me. It said I needed to be on the train. Okay. So this is your first little area. And there's not much here, but you'll notice that there's a tunnel over there. I've already gone there and gotten some stuff. I'm not gonna go there now. You can, if you get the game, you can check it out for yourself. But you have these little areas in between just random tunnel, and it's kind of nice actually. Okay. What did he just do? Why did you spit that out? So that thing over there, you end up unlocking very quickly. You find, I should say. Pick up, there we go. You end up picking it up. You end up no, you can't have this. You spit it out. Ah, okay, you see that that's there and that's there. So some of the things just spawn onto the train. No, actually everything. Well, there you go. So everything you have ends up spawning on the train, so you don't even have to pick it up and carry it. And this is another hopper. When you return, it kind of unloads everything. But that thing there, you end up finding when you first enter here, and it turns out that it eats your gems. I'm not sure if they disappear or if it just acts as another, you know, like a hopper here, and then you still actually get the money for it. But it does get angry when you don't feed it. It doesn't actually do anything like to you, it just turns red. Seems to like gold more, and if you feed it gold and certain gems, it grows in size and then it runs off. I don't actually know what happens after that. I don't know if it spits out something like it did just now, or if, you know, it just does something else and I haven't figured it out yet. But let's move on. So keep in mind, this is actually moving faster than when you first get the train. And I'm pretty sure once you, there we go, once you there's a little statue that I was talking about. Once you actually upgrade it more, it probably gets faster and faster, and then probably, you know, you get more stuff from it. So this statue here, notice he has gems for eyes. There's other ones. There are other statues like this, and they have different gems for eyes. I've tried feeding it the same gems that it has, and it just eats it. Then nothing happens. So I don't really know what happens there. Then you have these little areas here that you can open up. Can't remember. I'm wondering if this respawns. I think it does actually respawn when you leave, because I pretty much opened all of that. Let's go over here. Oh yeah, it definitely respawns. So I guess you can just you know, keep coming back again and again, and it'll probably be different things that you can get. Okay, no, relax. That thing's a little creepy, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so that's kind of how it is, and then you just keep moving throughout the tunnel and you keep coming to these different areas. I don't know what's the deal with this vault. Maybe that statue unlocks it. I really don't know. You know, you can't do anything with it, but I'm assuming it opens at some point. But there seems to be a lot more to this game than I initially thought. And it does have some pretty decent mechanics once you get used to them. But that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I wanted to kind of give it a second chance, and because I know I kind of ragged on it a lot in the beginning, and I was kind of upset with it. But I've actually come to like it. It's actually kind of fun. Now, let me just show you real quick how this works, if I can actually do that. So if you bring the two gloves together, you get that. Oh, I angled it wrong. It might ricochet and hit. Yep, okay. There you go, see? So it kind of just does that. Oh, diamond. So he likes diamonds. Okay, good. Certain things you give him and he's not happy about it. He definitely likes gold. But alright, I'm not going to sit here and like replay the game and do all this. I just wanted to kind of quickly show you what the game actually offers. Once you get past the initial part of it. They could have done better with that, the developers or whoever created this. Maybe give you more instruction and explanation about things. But yeah, that's it. And it's really a game of exploration if I want to describe it. So that's what I got for you today. So if you enjoyed this video, if you found it informative, leave a like, and if you want to see more, leave a comment and maybe subscribe. And with any luck, I'll see you in the next video, and until then, take care.